Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How exciting today it is. Oh gosh, it's almost the end of the month, right? I forget the date. I just know it's like the 28th or something like that. Yes, the 28th of September. A couple more days left of the month to really get your business cranking, get where you want to be, and help others do the same. I'm so honored. It is my honor and my privilege to introduce one of the most extraordinary young men and really an old soul. I think, someone who is so young has such a wise soul to him is Taylor Worre, and who's just creating and blazing his own path. Yes, he is the son of, everybody knows who Eric Worre is, but I'm telling you, this young man has vision and insight, and I had the distinguished pleasure to, and some of you on this call as well, to be with Eric. Some of you have already been on the beaches of the world with him, and then some of us were also on the beaches of the world in Puerto Vallarta, and it was unbelievable. You have ears, by the way, Taylor, of like bionic. Like, he can hear anything, and he engages in conversations that he hears going on, like from a bus ride conversation to the school where we helped clean up, and just really offers insight and understanding to so much in life. And I just, because of that experience, I said, could you talk to my team? On our Friday Team Success and Accountability Zoom webinar. And he's like, absolutely. So we scheduled it. I put it in my calendar from Mexico, and we've just been communicating this week. And so I'm so happy that you all are all on this call. I think you just have to take incredible notes. Taylor, of course, is with LifeVantage Corporate. He is the Director of Business Leadership Development, the Red Carpet event, and he just has so much insight, so many training nodules in his brain, and so, the guy's grown up around personal growth and development his whole entire life. So Taylor, I know you have a beautiful platform for us today. Thank you again. So honored to have you here. I want to be respectful of your time. You said you needed 45 minutes to an hour. So however that plays out, if there's time for some Q&As from my team, I know my team had some questions they wanted to ask you. They can put them in the chats, or they can text me and I can read them off as we go. But I definitely want to honor your time and use the 1 hour. So we're now 2 minutes into the 1 hour. Take it away, Taylor Worre.
Oh, you are so sweet. It is such an honor. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so humbled with that introduction, but I love your whole team so much, and so excited to be here to hopefully pour into each and every one of you. I already said hi to a bunch of you, but like I said, make sure you get a notepad, pen ready. Going to go through a lot of things today. And so when I was talking with Marisa, we talked a little bit about, what do we want to talk about today? What do we want to discuss? And there was some things that we talked about in Puerto Vallarta regarding goal setting and proper goals, and how to have proper expectations around this business. And there was some other stuff that we talked about, and she said, that would be really, really helpful.
Oop, you hit your mute button, Taylor. I think you hit your mute button.
Sorry about that. Look at everyone's face was like, what's he saying?
We don't want to miss a word. Rewind.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That is so funny. So you guys, what I want to talk about before we get into truly, really anything is really setting the proper precedent for this call today. And so I want you to write something in your notebooks. Just write a question in your notebooks. What I want you to write is, how expensive is my personal real estate? How expensive is my emotional real estate? How expensive is my spiritual real estate? Because one thing that we talk a lot about are expectations, and I think we need to go back to the root of that. And a lot of the times the root of it comes back to, we need to be emotional and spiritual real estate agents. And I ask people every day, how expensive is your emotional real estate? Do you give it out for free to anybody that comes along? Every prospect that you come in contact with, do they get a piece of your emotional real estate? Do they dictate your emotional state? Because for me, I have like 5 people in my world that I give my emotional real estate Two, because they've earned it, because they deserve it. But I think so often, and way too often, we give our emotional real estate out to those undeserving of it. And then we allow, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. We sit there with this frustration going, why don't they see it? Why don't they feel it? What's going on? Why do they know how they made me feel? No, they don't. You just gave your real estate away, your emotional, your spiritual real estate away too cheap. And so I want to preface this whole conversation with take into account how expensive that is. And if it's too cheap, you need to raise the value. With those coming into your world, you need to raise the value. And so I want to talk a little bit about expectations. When we were in Puerto Vallarta, we had a lot of really great talks revolving around expectations within your business. We had a lot of really great talks talking about, goal setting. We talked about, we sat down with people and said, where do you want to be in your business? How long, do you want to take to get there? And then how many hours a week are you putting in to your business? And one thing that I came to find is that a lot of people out there have very unrealistic expectations and goals in their business. And what I tell people all the time is goals are great. You need to have goals. But the second that you tie your self-worth to a goal, it becomes an expectation. And expectations are toxic. You become a person that's letting yourself down, you're letting your team down, none of which is true. So what I want to talk about is goal setting. When you're setting your goals, it's very important to be purposeful about your goals. So I tell people all the time, write your goals down, but you can't just stop there. You need to reverse engineer a goal. So for instance, if you're a Pro 3 wanting to go Pro 5 in the next, 6 months, and you're giving this 5 to 10 hours a week, you need to be purposeful with those hours. I coach people all the time on being purposeful with your business. This is a lot of people take this very casually. And if you want to take your future casually, that's totally your decision. But if you want to go through a brief period of discomfort to have a lifetime of happiness, then you need to be purposeful about this business. You need to be strategic about this business. When you had a job, you had hours that you adhered to. Within those hours of operation, you worked. Same thing here. You just get to dictate the hours. So what I tell people all the time is decide how many hours you're going to put into this business every week. It's going to be different for every single person on this call. But those hours are for you to decide. Once you have those hours decided, you pull out a giant calendar and you sit down with that calendar and you map out what hours of each week are going to be your income producing activity hours. Within those hours, it's not Facebook scrolling time. It's not, creating new connections by just adding friends while you're on social media. It's income producing activities. You are calling and setting up appointments. You are exposing the opportunity or products to people in your world. You're doing a Zoom call. You're doing follow-ups. Income producing activities. So that's really what it comes to. You need to reverse engineer these goals because a lot of the time going from 5,000 in volume to 20,000 in volume is a big jump. You need to be purposeful about that. Each and every one of you on this call is an independent business owner. You are not your upline's employee. You are not your downline's boss. You are an independent business owner. The people that you choose to work with and partner with are your organization, your team. You guys are a team together. You are not in this place where there's any hierarchy. That is the beautiful thing about network marketing. So I wanted to kind of preface with that because a lot of people get into this mode, especially when they start getting a little bit higher, Pro 5, Pro 6, and they get into kind of an employee mentality. And so I want to bring everyone back to center for a minute and just talk about whatever your goals are. They are your goals, and you can run them out, but you need to be purposeful with those hours. The next thing I want to talk about is trading expectations for appreciations. The biggest advice I was ever given from Tony Robbins in my entire life. He said, Taylor, if you can find a way to get people to trade their expectations for appreciations, their entire life will change overnight. Most of the time when you're sitting down with your prospects, when you're sitting down with a new person to share this opportunity, you are filled with expectation, not for them, but for you. You're filled about, if this person joins as a platinum with that $400 bonus, you've already spent it before they even look at the opportunity. It would pay for this, that, and the other. Boom. You know what I mean? And that's expectation. When you have expectations, people sense ulterior motives from a mile away. You need to find a way to remove that. We say it all the time, but it's one of my most favorite sayings in this entire profession. Marry the process, divorce the results. Marry the process, divorce the results. Write that down in your notebook. Make sure that you see it every single day. I am going to marry the process of building this business. I am going to divorce the result. I understand that success in this business only comes when I have opened the door to the opportunity to enough people. I have blessed enough people's lives that they are changing the world now and going and sharing it with others. That's when I will find success, is when I have blessed the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of others. And we can't bless people's lives with ulterior motives. We just can't. You can't. It's like going around and doing a random act of kindness, but before you do it, you go tell 30 people that you're going to do it. Is it really a random act of kindness if you went and told 30 people you're going to buy someone a coffee and then went and bought them a coffee? No, it's an ulterior motive. What are you looking for? What do you want? So make sure that you remove that. And when you replace it with appreciation, I guarantee you your whole life will change. When you get to a point, and it took me years, you guys. Again, this is years. This is education. We have to put 10,000 hours before we call ourselves professionals in this network marketing profession. 10,000 hours. Doctors don't get to perform medicine before they put 10,000 hours in. Teachers don't get to teach our children before they put 10,000 hours in. Everyone is putting their 10,000 hours in. We are no different. The only difference is we get to get paid while we put our 10,000 hours in. And our 10,000 hours is strictly dependent on personal development, becoming the best possible versions of ourselves. What a better outlet. What a better profession. There's no better profession in my mind than the one that is going to allow you to earn based on the amount of work you do on yourself to become a better person. So, removing that expectation, replacing it with appreciation, number one, it's going to change everything in your life. And what that looks like, just so you know some scripts, when you're sitting down with someone, if I'm sitting down with Jackie Shore and I'm talking to Jackie and I'm telling her, asking her questions about life, how is your kids? How are things going? What's going on in your life? You guys doing any vacations this winter? What's going on? Jackie says, we'd really love to do a vacation, but we just don't have the time. My husband's too busy. We don't have the finances. That's a leading indicating question, but the person that's expecting is going to go, I have the solution, and jump all over, and they're really like, oh, so this is why you invited me to coffee. The person that appreciates, stops and says, you know what, I wish, that's a bummer, but I'm sure that you're going to find something. You're going to love on them. You care about them. I know that your kids love you. I know that your husband's doing everything to the best of his ability to give you guys the life that you deserve. Listening to what they say. Do you know how many people purposefully listen? Very, very few. 95% of people that are listening to you, by the end of what you say, have already planned out the sentence that they're going to say back to you. Purposeful listening is an incredible skill. For me, I spent 2 years, every time someone said something to me when I was in a deep conversation, taking 5 to 10 seconds in silence before I responded. Because what I wanted to show them is that what they were saying mattered to me, that I wasn't calculating and formulating a sentence back to them, that I was taking in what they were saying. I appreciated their time, and I was purposefully listening to them. It's a big skill, but once you get it, once you realize that these people just want to talk to you about their lives, and we have an opportunity, it's not our job to shove it down their throat, it's our job to open the door. Whether they choose to walk through or not is completely their decision. For those of you that have not listened to the podcast with my father and Jim Rohn yet, it is your mandatory homework from me this day, today, to go to the podcast section on your phone, type in GoPro with Eric Worre, and listen to the Jim Rohn podcast. It's over an hour long, but I guarantee you it will put so many things into perspective for you. That podcast for 25 years has been paid. You'd had to pay by Success Partners to access it for the first time in history. It's available for free to each and every one of you just to go listen to, but it is an unbelievable training on setting proper expectations in your business. Jim Rohn talks about it. If you're getting 1 out of 10 people to say yes to looking at an opportunity that you have, you're doing great. So many people set these false expectations that 7 out of 10 need to look at what we're doing. 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. People don't realize that if, the baseball analogy, that if you hit 3 out of 10 hits, you get paid $10 million a year to play in Major League Baseball. You can strike out 7 out of 10 times in a row, and you're still one of the best to ever do it. We are no different. You get 1, you're doing amazing. 2 out of 10, you're a rock star. 3 out of 10, you are literally a legend. So some of you right now on this call that have gotten 2 or 3 out of 10 people you've talked to, and you have felt like you're doing things wrong, that's improper expectation. You need to understand that what you're doing is amazing. That if you're getting 1 out of 10 people to look at your opportunity, you're blowing the statistics away. This is a numbers game. Some will, some won't, so what? My father says it best, network marketing is not for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. It is not for everyone. But if you have a network marketing and entrepreneurial bone in your body, it's a better way. Our job is to go out and find those people that have that entrepreneurial bone in their body, and you have to sift through a lot of people that are complacent with mediocrity. You have to settle for a lot of people that are okay trading time for dollars. They don't have it. That's okay. My challenge to a lot of people in Puerto Vallarta, because I'm sure there's a lot of people on this call that are still afraid of the word no. They don't want to hear it. No scares the heck out of them, especially with people that are close. You can get a no from a stranger, but when you get a no, you are a crazy person from someone you admire in your life. It's hard, and you can say it's not, but it's hard. The reality is I challenged a lot of people to go out and get 100 no's. In the next 90 days, go out and get 100 no's. Because so many people, the thought of no scares them. But when I give them this little, when I flip the script like this, what if I told you that your goal, I was going to give you $10,000 for every no that you got in the next 30 days. But the only prereq is that the person took a complete look at the opportunity before they said no. How many no's would you get? You would talk to everyone. I need you to say no to this. Please say no to this. I need you to look at it. Give me 15 minutes and then tell me no. Please. I've got 50 more people I got to talk to today. I need you to be one of my no's. Please, please, please. Think about that psychology for a minute, because people actually do that. I did that when I went and built when I was 18, 19 years old, talking to people much smarter than me. I would say, look, I understand that you're an incredibly successful business person. I'm building my business. I just got started. And I've got a challenge from my mentor to get 100 people to say no. I knew this wouldn't be something you'd take a look at or be interested in. But my hope is that because of your support of me and our friendship, that you'll give me 15 minutes to watch this video and look at this opportunity and then tell me no so I can put you down on my list of no's. Do you know what that does to the person on the other side? They go, wait a minute. Why do you want me to say no so bad? What is this? And then they start looking at it, and then they're like, well, wait, I want to know a little bit more. When you flip the script, that look, I need to get past you, because I'm looking for someone that's going to be hungry and run with me. I don't think that's you, but you're a friend of mine. Like Jim Rohn says, when I'm rich and successful doing this part-time, I don't want you to come back to me and say, what happened? Why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you reach out to me? In my best Jim Rohn voice. But seriously, you guys, that's what we do. I say that to 100 people. I just needed to bring this to you because when things go well for me, I'm going to be with this company for a long time. And when I'm doing great, I don't want you to come back to me and say, why wasn't I invited to an opportunity? I thought we were friends. So with that, you guys, it's about flipping the expectation quickly. And once you do that, this business gets very simple. You just want to love on people. Yes, no, or indifferent. I don't care. Give me an answer, because I got to move on. I got people to talk to. Everyone you come in contact with. Person at the coffee shop, be a professional business card gatherer. Everyone you come in contact with. So many people train on, do you keep your business options open? You keep your options open? Simple as that. Follow up later. You're a really sharp person. Every time I go to Starbucks and I see someone, or anywhere, truly, I do this just instinctually. Because I look like Les Brown. When I was 10 years old, Les Brown came down and got on his knee in front of me and said, young man, I see greatness in you. And it moved me at 10 years old. I've been blessed to have a relationship with him for the rest of my life. And so his daughter and I talk a lot. Ona, it's been blessed, but that poured into me. So now when someone does that to you, you want to do that to others. So it's a great thing for me when I'm at somewhere and I see someone acting far beyond their potential, for me to say, do you keep your options open? Because to be completely honest, I see greatness inside of you. I see you playing at 10% of your potential. Do you keep your options open? Because if so, I think I might something that interests you. Your tenacity is contagious. Your ambition is infectious. Your love is intoxicating that you give to people. I would love to work with you. Think about if you just said that to someone that you came in contact with. Not that I have a product that you can make $1 million off of. It's so simple. Look at what we got. Biohackers. No, it's just a matter of pouring into them, loving on them, saying, I have something that might bless your life. If you want to take a look at it. So, setting proper expectations, appreciations over expectations, I think is so important in our business. And then being able to disassociate with the results, whatever those results might be. If it's a no, it's a no. I mean, for me, like I said, get to the point where you love no. No frees up a space on your list to call someone new. No is simple. Boom. Put you off the list. I'll call you in 6 months to bug you again, see if you changed your mind. Thank you. Got to go. So you guys, that is, that's some of the most important stuff that I think I could give you. Trading expectations for appreciations. One of the most important pieces of advice I could give to you. Listen to that Les Brown podcast because, the sower and the seed, it was a story, honestly, I was going to talk a lot about. I was going to tell that exact same story, but Jim Rohn tells it so much better. Go listen to the podcast. There's a reason it is the most viewed training in network marketing for the last 2 decades. It is worth your time. It's worth an hour of your life. I'm not going to take away his thunder. Go listen to that story of the sower, the seed and the sower, and all the different obstacles that you are going to incur because like Jim Rohn says, obstacles are going to come into your business. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it's going to be. Things are going to happen. The people that you thought were going to blow up are going to disappear, and the people that you didn't think were going to do a single thing are going to blow up. It's going to be the most confusing thing for you on earth, but all you can choose to do is appreciate and love on people. And those that do end up in the top 1%. You look at people like Sean and Michelle Poe. You look at people like Marisa, all the top distributors here at LifeVantage, which so many are first-time network marketers, they have gotten to where they've gotten not because they focused on their own ego. There's not one person in this entire company that focuses on ego. But there are a lot of people that focus on others. There are a lot of people that pour into others. And when you do, my father wrote a book called The 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. It's really that simple. So many people choose to add their own 20 steps on top of the 7. One of my favorite quotes is, a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So many people in this business want a perfect plan before they jump off and run with their business. It needs to look perfect. Their pitch needs to be perfect. Their opportunity presentation needs to be perfect. They need to have it all down. What you don't understand is having it all down does not duplicate. I tell people every single day, which is what we're going to get into here in a minute, is duplication is key in this business. I talk to people every day that are like, I've sponsored 50 people into this business. I can't get one to act like me. If I could just recruit a bunch of me's, I'd be great. And then I talk to them a little bit about their business. And I talk to them a little bit about how they're presenting this opportunity. And yeah, they're getting the people to join. But while they're doing it, they're talking to them for 2.5 hours about the opportunity. They're spending another 1.5 hours going through the product science with them. Everything you're doing is convincing someone to buy to get your products, but all you're showing them is that your business is not duplicatable for someone on a part-time strategy. You don't need to be a comp plan expert. Do you guys understand that I don't truly understand every facet of our comp plan? I couldn't tell you. I know that there's 5 ingredients to Pro Tandem Nerve 2. I don't know what they are. thistle, milk thistle, something, or ashwagandha, something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I can show you a video that does. I can show you a video that Dave Fleming goes through this compensation plan like nobody's business. I can show you videos where Sean Poe goes through the incentive trip and takes you through every piece and how to qualify to hit it. I can show you videos that what is aging on our products and what they do. I have videos on everything. And not if I don't have videos, but I've got third parties. I've got people that have been involved in this company for 8-9 years that love pouring into people. What you do when you explain this business anymore, you guys want to know my 2 sentences? These are my 2 sentences that get just about everybody jacked up when I talk to them. I bring people to the table all the time. I try to pass them off to you guys. If you're in my wake and I was in the middle of prospecting someone, you're probably going to get that prospect. I just give them away. I'm like, hey, I just had an Uber driver. Here's a number. Call them and follow up. I'm never going to make a commissionable dollar with LifeVantage, so I pass them all off. If you happen to be around me, you'll get one. But all that to say is, I say 2 things. They say, what do you do? I say, I work for a company working in this new amazing trend called nutrigenomics. New emerging medical science, technological phrase. We're a supplement company with some pretty incredible products. Now, what are the products? Well, our staple product is a Pro Tandem Nerf 2. It's a supplement that you can take. It's been out for, almost 20 years now. It's incredible. It's an incredible product. Been on the market since 2003, moved over to a network marketing platform in 2009. But Pro Tandem Nerf 2 is clinically proven to reduce the oxidative stress within your body by 40% in 30 days. What's oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is, we're coming to find is proven to be the #1 biggest cause of aging in our body. Oh, that's interesting. What else? And then I say, the other sentence I say very quickly, is the National Institute of Aging has been doing a study since 1999. They've been testing every supplement, drug, pill they can get their hands on, anything that has anti-aging on it. And for almost 20 years, they've been testing them. And within those 20 years, they have found one product that has been clinically proven to extend the life of the animal patients it was tested on by 8%. And that is our Pro Tandem Nerf 2. That's it. Those 2 sentences. That jacks just about anybody up. You don't need to go into any more. Let it be a surprise that we've got incredible skincare. Let it be a surprise that we've got Axio and Physique and all these things. Let them open the door and be like, oh my God, you have all these other amazing things too? They don't need to understand every conduit of our company in your 20-minute Uber ride. I just open the door and say, I love what I do. I get to travel all over the world. I'm one of the most blessed individuals on this planet. I get to travel all over this planet, exposing this opportunity to new people. That's what I do. You guys do the exact same thing. You could take that exact same phrase. We are business owners on a global platform, independently, that we get to do what we do from our house, but we also get to travel around this planet and share this incredible opportunity with people all over the world. I talk about the business and how it impacts my life much more than I ever try to pitch anybody. When people ask, how is it? Do you like what you do? I love what I do. I have time freedom. I travel all over the world and get to hang out with my best friends every single day. I might spend 12, 14 hours a day on the phone, but they are 12 to 14 hours a day that I love every single second of. Because when I get to pour into people on a real level, when I get to see a light bulb go off, when I get to see somebody have an aha moment, once you have 100 people that come to you, Kathy, Issa, once you have 100 people that come to you, Mia or Marisa, and say, you have literally changed the course of my life by bringing this opportunity to me. Because you cared enough just to share this opportunity with me and allow me to go and find a way to share it with others easily. My life, my stars have been forever changed. Thank you. It doesn't get any more powerful than that. It's the most amazing feeling you could ever feel when you show up at a convention and there's someone there that you have never met before and comes up to you and just has to hug you because you changed their life because of a call that you did that opened up their mind to have their defining moment. That's when this business becomes beautiful, you guys, is when you realize that it's not about us, but about the people that we get to pour into. When you divorce this result of success, Jim Rohn has an amazing quote that says, set a goal to become a millionaire. Not for what the $1 million will do for you, but what it will make of you to achieve it. for what it will make of you to achieve it. Not for what the $1 million will do for you. Because especially in network marketing, the only way that you can become a millionaire in network marketing is by helping thousands of people live better lives. So ultimately, set a goal of becoming a millionaire, not for the money, not for that financial woo-hoo, we did it, but for what it will make of you to achieve it. I wish for every one of you on this call to set that goal, for you to understand the beauty of what it is that we're living every day. I've spent my entire life surrounded by the top 1% of this business. And Jane Smith, you know what I found? With the top 100%, or the top 1%, 100% of them could care less about their checks. They could care less about the ranks that they're hitting. They just go out and they bless people's life every day. They care so little about themselves. They give of their time constantly, and it's not out of an ulterior motive. It is strictly out of the fact that they believe that they have something like I do with LifeVantage's products that every person on this planet needs to be taking. Everyone, man, woman, child, dog, horse, we've got it. When I gave this product, I've talked about this a bunch of times, but when I first came to LifeVantage, I gave this product to my mother. My mother had cancer about 6 years ago, had 6 to 8 feet of her small intestines removed, had a bunch of cancerous lymph nodes. She had to do this scary surgery. It sucked. It was horrible. She's dealt with repercussions ever since. And at the same time, she was going through menopause. When I first came to this company, she said, Taylor, I'm going to the dermatologist every other day. I'm sure some of you women can relate on this call. I'm going to the doctor all the day, getting antibiotics, getting face stuff for my face because my face is breaking out, hormones going like crazy. Can't handle it. I said, well, let me send you this Vitality Stack. Let me see. I'm just getting to this company. I believe in these products. I've heard some pretty amazing testimonials. Let me send it out to you. My mother's been in this company been in network marketing my whole life. She ran the entire production wing of my father's television network throughout the 90s. My mother is an amazing ambassador of this profession and has given most of her life to it. So she understands it. She says, I don't need to know the jargon. I don't need to know what you guys are saying about all the products. Just send them out to me and I'll try them. She was on the Vitality Stack for 4 days. And in 4 days, she called me and she said, my dermatologist, my doctor cannot explain what's going on. My skin is completely cleared up. I'm off the antibiotics I was on. I feel amazing. She's taken the Vitality Stack every single day since. There's not been one day that I have not made sure that she had a Vitality Stack, that she had her fat burn, that she had her red raspberry Axio to start her day. There's no greater gift in this life for me than being able to bless the life of the person who gave me life. I was able to improve her life. There's no greater gift than that. It's the best gift you can get. And I get emotional about it every day thinking about it, but emotional right now because the fact is that I got to give this to my grandmother who couldn't, my grandfather passed away 9-10 months ago. God bless his soul up in heaven. And she did what most people do when they lose their soulmate that they have for 40 years plus in their life. She started to give up. What do I do? Her body just started to check out because the person that she dedicated her whole life to taking care of was no longer here. I was able to get her a Vitality Stack. When she was on this Vitality Stack, for months, my Nana would tell me that she was unable to go out and have her weekly meal with her best friend, Joyce. She just had to have salads because her digestive system was just shutting down. It just wasn't working. After a week of being on the Vitality Stack, she called me on her way home and said, this is the first time, and I don't know how long, I was able to have whatever I wanted to have for lunch and didn't have to think about the repercussions. There's nothing greater in my life than that. I tell people every single day, because of those defining moments, I am literally Kevlar. I am bulletproof. You can shoot every bullet of doubt, skepticism, negativity at me, and I guarantee you not one will penetrate me. Not one will get past me. I am bulletproof, and it has come from defining moments off of these incredible products. Once you have these moments, you're untouchable. Then it just becomes about sharing and loving on every single person you come in contact with so that they can have the moment that you had. And if they don't want to have it, that's okay. And so I just need you guys to know, defining moments are what is going to make you bulletproof in this business. Steal mine for a minute. If you can't tell, I get very emotional about this business. This business has directly impacted the lives of the people that I love most on this planet in a positive way. And so I just want you guys to know that once you find a way to do that, get a defining moment, you become unstoppable. You talk to everybody with love, without expectation. And then this business just becomes fun because no's don't matter. Truly, yeses don't even matter. Because like you'll find listening to Les Brown's training today, even the ones that say yes are going to incur a million things that are going to happen. And a percentage of those yeses are not going to be around a year from now. So you just got to release the expectation. Divorce the result. Marry the process and love this business. It's not easy. It's hard work. My father would always say, what if it took you 10 years of hard work to create a life that would pay you in the top 1% for the rest of your days? And not only you, but your family and your kids' kids. I mean, a true legacy opportunity. Would it be worth it? The answer is 100 times yes. And so I just want you guys to know that I believe in every one of you. Take my defining moment if you need it. But I believe in every one of you. I'm so excited because truly you have a moment right now to decide to flip this on its head. And no longer does this need to be fearful, because what is fear? Fear is simply a misunderstanding of the unknown. And once we understand it, it's not fearful anymore. It's not a fear. It's just simple. And so tackle the unknown today. Embrace the unknown and let all this fear dissipate in your life. Know that this next 3 months of your life can set you up to make 2019 the biggest year of your life. This can be the moment where you change your stars. I've told people a lot, when you're entering momentum, much like surfing, it is very hard to catch a wave when you are surfing when the wave is already directly right behind you. It's hard just to paddle enough to get up on that wave and ride it. But what I will tell you is, if you have the wherewithal, if you have the ability, and you have someone like me right now telling you to look over your shoulder and to see that this wave is coming and to start paddling with everything you have in you, then you too will be able to catch this wave. In 2019 can be the year that changes your entire life. The rest of your life can look differently, and you can be standing on the stage at convention this time next year saying that I had a defining moment and I decided enough is enough. I'm tired of having expectations with this business. I'm tired of attaching my self-worth to my success in my network marketing business. I am a rock star. I am worthy. I am enough. I am beautiful just as I am, and I have one of the most incredible opportunities on the face of this planet. And it is my duty to go and share it with every person that I come in contact with. Not for any other reason than simply because I am a lover of everyone that I come in contact with. But you have that moment right now. And we can be sitting together a year from now and we can be talking about how it was that 2019 is the year that changed everything. And so for all of you that I have not had the excitement and the opportunity of meeting yet, I am so excited to meet you next month at convention. If you are not registered for a convention yet, I understand that life gets in the way. I understand it. But let me give you some real harsh reality real quick. All excuses are equal, and this is an event that will change your life. This is an event that you cannot miss. This is where a true defining moment has the ability to occur for each and every one of you on this call. We have a new product category being released that is going to blow the roof off of Salt Lake City. It's going to be amazing. We have so many great announcements. You will have the ability to get your hands exclusively on this new product category before anybody else. It's not going to be available for a few weeks after convention. You are going to have the ability to get your hands on this and go back to your markets with a new product category before anybody else does. How much fun would that be? It's going to be amazing. We're going to disrupt a huge industry with this new product category, you guys. Nerf 2 infused blank, blank, blank. It's going to be amazing. But I want each and every one of you there, and for all of you that are going to be there, please come up and find me. Let me love on you. Let's sit down and talk together. Let's connect. Let's take pictures together. Let's hang out together. Let's do lunch together. I want to see you. I want to hear about how things are going. But honestly, this has been my greatest honor to be on this call, and truly to be with this amazing company. This is my final home. I love being here more than anything. This has never felt like a job for me in 9 months. Every single day has been a blessing. Every single one. And so I'm just honored to continue to grow with each and every one of you. I'm excited for what the future holds for each and every one of you. We're going to go on a fun ride together. And so I want to leave some time to do some Q&A, but I'll pass it back to you, Marisa. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. I really, really greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you. My phone is blowing up, and this is the medicine that we all need. This injection of just enthusiasm and power, and just knowing how brilliant and beautiful and powerful we all are. And it's really about the posture. So thank you so much. I think you have actually, when someone says, how do you bring in a new distributor? I think you've really hit the nail on the head on how to connect, to invite, to take a look at this, as opposed to being, you got to look at my products. It's really about being, I love what you were saying about just pouring into people and having something that will bless their life, and divorce the results. So with that, when you do bring a new person on board, I guess the biggest thing is, the biggest challenge for us all is how to get them going, right?
Yeah.
They come in and they want to do it. What is the simplest way? Because I think that's where a lot of people get hung up.
For sure.
Connecting your new people with your team. And, what would you do as a professional in this industry, do the first 48 hours, first 72 hours?
First 48 hours, first 72 hours. I think that, number one, I don't want to be how people choose to build their businesses in a lot of different ways. So I give a lot of generalities because everyone's going to do it different. A lot of people have Facebook groups that they love to plug people into with testimonials where they can say, so-and-so just joined the team, love on them and all that stuff. I love that. I think that's great. I think introducing them to your community and making them aware that they are a part of something much bigger than themselves is great. But ultimately, I think that samples, getting some products into these people's hands immediately as soon as they decided to become a part of this opportunity, say, while your product's waiting, I want to get you some stuff that you're going to be getting so that you can try it. Because I've always told people, Darren Jensen says it all the time, a happy customer is 10 times better than a reluctant distributor. And the DSA tells us that 66% of all distributors were at one time a customer. So, not to say to push against customer versus opportunity, whatever you choose to do is your business. But ultimately, would you want someone on your team that doesn't have a defining moment for these products explaining your opportunity? Because what I've come to find, and this is a real, this is a piece of truth, if you live in a small town and you bring the wrong person into your business with bad expectations and they don't have a defining moment, they can ruin your entire warm market for you in a matter of 48 hours. They can go to everyone and say, hey, you want to become millionaires? This will make you live for forever. Boom, boom, bam. It's so easy. And then pretty soon, your whole town is like, oh, you're associated with that person? Ooh, yeah, we're good. And they burnt up your whole warm market. So I tell people all the time, would you want someone on your products that doesn't have a defining moment? I think it's so important to find that defining moment on the products, whether it's the skincare. I've had a lot of people. I have a Sports Illustrated model. I have a bachelorette. A lot of really famous individuals that are putting the skincare on their faces every single day that say this is one of the best skincares they've ever used in their life. I have people that try Axio that would come in through the red carpet program that were drinking 3 monsters a day. After their first Axio, they have never had a monster since within 6 months. I have people like my mother that had results off of Pro Tandem within 4 days. And so ultimately, I think that defining moments are so important, because once they get a defining moment, I tell people all the time, and this is one way to do it, but what if you dumped 300 new customers, happy preferred customers into your organization? What you'll get out of those 300 happy preferred customers that you dump in at one time is a steady trickle of 1 to 2 a week coming to you saying, hey, you had said that there was an opportunity attached to this. I've been feeling amazing, and I want to share this with some people. Could you show me, like you said, I could make money if I shared with some people, but we never went into details. It was just more about product or whatever, and that this could help my daughter or myself or my husband get more energy, whatever it was. And now he's got it, and his coworkers are asking about it, and people are asking about it. I got to know how to share this with people. How much fun would it be to have a business that you had people coming to you asking how to share it with a defining moment, saying, I got to get out there. It's like an iPhone. I got to tell people about this new iPhone, a great movie. I got to go tell people about this good new movie I just went and saw. They don't care about the result. They just know that it was that good that they have to tell people about it in their life. We have products and services that we use every day that we do that. If you get your oil changed somewhere and the guy treats you like a rock star and gives you a free brake inspection, you're going to go talk to everyone and be like, oh, guy over at Tires Plus gave me a free, he's awesome. You got to go check him out. You need an oil change, go over there. You're not getting anything for that, but you gave you amazing service. It was an amazing product. Once we start feeling like that and get these amazing product users, these amazing defining moments, it becomes contagious, and people just say, okay, I need to learn how to share this. And that's what I like to have in business, because that's when it becomes fun. When you've got people coming to you, you're not going to your people saying, hey, you ready to join as a distributor? You ready to start building this? You ready to start doing this? They're coming to you saying, hey, I got to share this with some people. How do I do it best? Can you teach me how to share this best? Because then you've got a willing participant that wants to go out and share this opportunity with people. It's not a matter of convincing them. It's a matter of just giving them the tools to go out and be their best self, to put their best foot forward, train them to be duplicable, train them how to just open the door like they did to you, that this business is very simple. You don't need to be a product expert. You don't need to be a science expert. We've got videos for that. But that's the number one thing that I focus on with a lot of people, is making sure they understand the resources they have at their disposal, and that the less that they talk, the less that they look to explain this, the more duplicatable they become. The more they talk, new people always want to talk more. The more they talk, the less duplicatable they're making themselves. So I always say, talk so much less, love so much more, and just open the door. Once the door is open, you don't need to force the door open anymore. If they close the door, let it stay closed. But if you open the door and the door stays open for a little bit, you can drip on them. But if they close the door, let it stay closed. You don't need to force it back open. So that's probably my best advice. Once you get someone started, I think that, they need to feel like they're a part of a group. They need to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. If you have weekly or monthly meetings in your city, plug them in there. Have them over to your house if you can. Show them what this business is about. It's about, we're building an organization of people that we enjoy spending time with. This isn't, we don't bring people in just because they want to come in. We bring in people that we like to work with. That is the beauty of this business. If I don't like you, I'm not going to work with you. It's pretty simple. So we surround ourselves with like-minded individuals that want to be on the same path as us. So let's invite you into our circle, because I want to show you all the other people that we're working with that are on the same path. And once you feel like you're a part of a team and you start working, I think that the first dollar principle, I know that people have some issues with the app. To be completely honest, I think that every new person should be downloading that app, every single brand new person. There might be some issues with it here, there, and in between. But the reality is I've seen results off that app. I had a red carpet leader join the business that got 11 preferred customers in 45 days given to him because he was using the app every day. Guess what he didn't do? He didn't make an excuse when the app crashed. He just kept using it, rebooted, and started again. He didn't make an excuse when a video sent out a couple of times. He said, it's a glitch. It's the first of its kind. It's happening. Do you guys remember how crappy the first iPhone was? How many people returned the very first iPhone? It was horrible. I went back to my Razr, my Motorola Razr. I was like, nope, this thing sucks. Give me my BlackBerry back. But what we need to do is we need to continue to use it, because what I'll tell you is this app for your brand new people is going to walk them through a lot of really great getting started steps. That's going to take them out of their mind. It's going to put their contacts in, have them grade all their contacts. I mean, there's so many great pieces for a first-time person. And if they're doing those income-producing activities on the app is going to give them a preferred customer. That is one of the greatest things you can do for your brand new person, is get them their first dollar before they even really go out into the field and start pushing. You know, you get someone making $1, we find that 90%, we have 200% increased intention after they make their first dollar in this business. So let's help them get that first dollar, help them realize that improper expectations, let go of the, you know, the big pipe dreams of, if you're ever talking about anything over $500 to $1,000 a month, as far as expectations goes, just stop. Let them realize through the compensation plan the ability out there. We don't need to talk about these pipe dreams of $50,000, $100,000 a month checks. They're really daunting. They're not realistic. And it sets a really improper expectation throughout your group that your people should know and should believe, which I do every single day, that if you make $100 in this business in your first 3 months, you are crushing it. I want to call you and throw a party for you. It's amazing. Good for you. But so many people get this improper expectation that I got to be pro 3 by month 1. I got to be pro 5 by month 6. I got to be pro 7 in a year, because they've seen one quote: never judge your success based on someone else's timeline. Never judge your success based on someone else's timeline, because so many people, when they first get involved in network marketing, they see a lot of different stories out there. They see, you know, they come to an EA and they hear about someone going pro 8 in 30 days, and they're like, wait a minute, why can't I do that? So many people don't look at the 20 years. It's like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, if you don't know, ran in 3 Olympics, has 9 gold medals. He is considered the fastest man on earth. In his 9 gold medals that he won, he ran in a cumulative 115 seconds. That's it. 115 seconds got him 9 gold medals and $119 million. Now, the question is did he earn $119 million in those 115 seconds? Or did he earn $119 million in the lifetime that he dedicated to his craft? So when the time came and the opportunity was there, he was able to step up and play at the best ability, at the top performance.
Incredible. Taylor,
yeah, go.
This is amazing. On the app, 2 questions.
Yeah.
One on the customers, should we ask new customers to download it? And number 2, if you could address the reverse engineering and what that really looks like, break that down just a little bit more. Yeah.
So with customers, I'd keep the app more for distributors based. I think that the customer app, if your customers are interested in videos and all that stuff, and they want to kind of go do more research, if they're thinking about becoming a distributor, then yeah, have them go download the app. They can see all the value back there. They can go play around with it and stuff like that, and see kind of some of the tools that they would have at their disposal if they were to choose to join or upgrade. And so I think that, you know, for most preferred customers, it's not necessary. But for those that are thinking of upgrading, or if they come to you and say, hey, I'm thinking of upgrading, have them download the app so they can start playing with some of the capabilities. And I promise you that this app is going to get just better and better and better. It's just going to get constantly better. And so, and then when it comes to reverse engineering, it's just a matter of, and this is kind of, it's hard to talk about on a general scale, but it's because I do it a lot independently when I sit down with people. But basically what I talk about is, I'll give you some unrealistic situations. If you're a pro 3 right now, and you're saying that I want to be a pro 7 by the end of the year, and and you're realistically putting 10 hours a week into this business, it's going to be really hard to do. Really, really hard to do. It doesn't mean it can't be done, but it's really hard to do because people need to understand this is a numbers game. This is a truly numbers game. To talk to, to get 100 people to sign up, you're going to need to talk to 1,000. Go out and talk to 1,000 if that's what you're looking for. 100 new people you want to run, but a lot of people will talk to 100 looking to get 10. And so I think that it's important to have that numbers game in. A lot of what Jim Rohn talks about in this podcast is going to talk a lot about reverse engineering. And so I don't want to take too much from that story. I want you guys just to go listen to that podcast because truly what it talks about is proper expectations and what is going to come with the numbers in your business. He breaks down the law of averages and breaking down what that looks like as far as, like I said, if 3 out of 10 people join your business that you're sharing the opportunity to, that is a huge win. But so many people set the expectation of 8 out of 10 are going to join my business. My world, my small market, 10 out of 10. I'm going to knock everyone out. I'm signing everybody up. And then when they don't, when they get 1 out of 10, they are defeated. You need to set the proper expectations of if it's going to take you 20 new people to hit your goal, make a goal of talking to 200. That's what reverse engineering really does and breaks down, is saying, look, how many people do you need to bring into your business? And then as far as duplication goes, if you set up with them with the same mentality and they just do what you did to get to your goal, between you and your personals, what would it take? The cool thing about it is if you schedule with just you and your personals, it's going to outrun and you'll hit your goal faster because you're not going to equate all the duplication that's going to happen from those below them. But if you say, for me to grow 50,000 in volume in the next 6 months, I need to bring in, 50 people on a platinum pack. And then I need to get, not only do I need to get those 50 people on a platinum pack, but I'm going to need to get 100 plus people on a subscription. Because the platinum pack's $1,000, our average subscription's just over a little $100 a month. So while that might bump me up for a minute, the next month, what's going to happen? It's going to fall down to subscription. And you're going to go back down a little bit. And you're going to have to realize that's going to take even more numbers to hold that rank, to stay at that place. And so that's what a lot of people, yep, go ahead, Marisa.
Well, no, that's good. So we focus a lot on bringing people in. If you see the opportunity, you should just come in on the platinum pack. That's really the way, the mentality. You kind of get a vision for where people are. Do you subscribe to that? Because bottom line is when the next month hits and the next month hits, it's really the auto ship. However, I think it does something with the psyche if you come in on that silver or gold as opposed to the platinum.
I think that personally, a lot of things can be done there. I think that, truly, I don't ever want to discriminate anybody that literally doesn't have the financial wherewithal to get involved on the platinum pack, but wants to be involved in this business and takes it serious enough to put what money they do have in to get in a silver pack or a gold pack. I will never discredit that person. What I will do is I'll say that with you, it is our goal to get you upgraded to a platinum in 30 days. Let's get you to a platinum. Let's get 3 people introduced to this business to pay for your pack to get you upgraded. 3 people. I kind of focus on that because I say, look, if we can get you upgraded to a platinum in 30 days, number one, if you get someone upgraded from a silver or gold to a platinum, they become rock solid. They've had a moment that is going to make them rock solid because they don't do that unless they do. So if you've gotten someone to upgrade in their first 30 days, consider them locked in. And then it's just a matter of setting proper expectations with auto ship. And I tell this to people all the time. People follow the leader. They're going to ask you, what's your auto ship? What's your monthly subscription? And if you say, I'm getting a hand cream and a Protandim and a bottle or a thing of Axio, I'm sitting at like $65, $70, a subscription, that's what they're going to do. But if you say, no, I could not take this Vitality Stack every month and I need my Axio, and so, I'm around $200 a month, you will set a precedent of $200 a month in your organization. People will follow what you do. They just will. And so when people say, I wish my subscription rates were higher, look at yours. You can't ask, it's hard to ask people to do what you're not willing to do in your business, especially if you're looking to create a duplicatable organization. Because people are truly going to say, if you're a product of the product so much, if you believe in this, if they gave you such a defining moment, how can you not take it every day? Why do I need to take it every day? You know, I mean, I would stand I would bet that out of the 100 people on this call, and this is nothing against you guys, I love you all dearly, but I would bet that 50% of the people on this call are not on a monthly subscription for a Vitality Stack. I'll bet that number is even higher than 50%. I'm not going to call anyone out, nor would I ever, but take that into consideration. I'm not trying to give you tough love. I'm not trying to be mean, but if you're just getting a Pro Tandem every month and then going out and talking about the incredible benefits of the Vitality Stack, people will see through that eventually. It only lasts for so long. We need to be products of these products. And so that's really what I focus on with those new people, because they're going to follow what you do, but you need to get them injected and then sit down with them and see what their goals are. That's a big thing that I talk about with new people. Your goals are not going to be theirs. Their business is not your business. They are not your employee. You are not their boss. Your goal is to help them dictate what their expectations and goals are, help to create the most realistic ones possible, and then choose to help set them up for success to the best of their ability. If you're talking with a brand new person that says, I want to go Pro 7 in 60 days, you need to be the person that says, well, wait a minute. Because so many people go, oh, I love it. Let's do it. You can do it. Let's lock arms. You need to be the realistic one that says, let's go to Pro 3. And then from there, let's set the goal to go Pro 4 together. And then we'll go Pro 5 together and 6 together. But we don't need to set these daunting goals of 100,000 in volume in a matter of 60 days. Yeah, it's exciting and it's fun to talk about. The checks are fun to talk about. But people need to do the personal development a lot of the time. They need to realize the reality of this business. And so let them come in, let them get some personal development. Send them some good videos when it comes to either my father, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Les Brown. Send them some good personal development skills. Once you send them some of those, they become invaluable. You become people that love more than they expect. And that's what you want, because they divorce the result. If you can get a person, brand new person, to divorce the result at the very beginning, you've got a bulletproof individual on your team. But if they come in with expectation, if they come in with, pipe dreams of all these unrealistic, goals and things that you've promised them that can happen, that's why a lot of people bang their head up against a wall saying, why don't they ever duplicate? Because you told them that they'd be making $20,000 a month in 6 months. And when they didn't do it, they felt like crap. That's why. And so I think we just need to really hone back those expectations. And every time they hit one of those they seem like little goals, but Pro 1 is a huge goal. We need to be setting a fireworks show off when you go Pro 1. When you go Pro 2, I'm showing up at your house with a hug and flowers. When you go Pro 3, I'm doing backflips down your street. I mean, seriously, these are moments to be celebrated. And so once we start kind of setting that realistic expectation and celebrating those small steps, people will realize that they never want to go, because they're not just getting celebrated when they do some irregular, crazy activity that only 1% of people really do. And most of the time, those 1% have had to put a decade's worth of work in to be able to have that 1 year that everyone doesn't see the hard work behind. So that would be the big thing that I'd say in regards to that with the new people. Love on them, set proper expectations, tail back that expectation a lot, get them on the app, get them to be raving fans of these products, get a defining moment on them, make sure you can get them bulletproof as soon as possible, and that's game over.
Wow. Taylor, thank you. It is an hour. I want to honor that time with you.
Of course.
So that we can have you back again. And I just thank you so much for today. And I'm going to personally ask you to have a lunch with my team during Global Convention.
I would love it. You set it up. Send me the details. We'll make it happen.
Okay. Are you available Saturday?
Sure. Send me the details.
Awesome.
You send me. You're the first one to request Saturday. So you send me the time and where we're going to meet.
Oh, I will. Somebody on my team, I want you to take charge and find the place.
Yep, you guys figure it out. Let me know.
Figure it out. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you so much. Blessed by you.
It's so much my honor. I'm so humbled. Honestly, you guys, I need you to know that everyone at corporate is your biggest fan, but I am your biggest fan. I love everything that this team is doing. I love everything that each one of you are doing. So many of you that I've been seeing on this call, we got to spend real time together in Mexico and get to know each other on a personal level, a real level, which is why you all need to be pushing to Ireland. But because that is where real relationships happen. But honestly, I am your biggest fan. Take down my email address. It's very simple. TWORRE@lifevantage.com. TWorre@lifevantage.com. If I can bless you in any way, if there's ever anything that I can do for you and it is within my power, I will do it. It is always my honor to give back everything that I have been given from this amazing profession. And so I am so grateful that I was able to be on this call, so humbled by all the kind words. And I am your biggest fan. I love each and every one of you. I can't wait to see your defining moments happening. I can't wait to see you walking across the stage next month for those of you that will be as rank advancers and rock stars with LifeVantage. And so thank you again for the time.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day, everybody.